Okay, I got a nice email from somebody today thanking me for a video I'd done earlier in May, trade video. So I'm going to do the same thing again. We've just come down here, 1626, 69 printed there, but we're at the top end of Friday's value. So kind of more short biased up here, but it's really, really slow. So I'm just waiting for something to show its hand, long or short. But to be honest, if it really stays sluggish, I'm not going to give a trade very much room. So we just have to wait and see. So maybe I'll sing a song. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm not going to trade big or anything. Not that I trade big anyway, but I'm not going to go full size in this. I'm just going to put a couple of contracts on. Okay, so we're at Friday's value high. We're also at the overnight high, and this is also the open. So we've got kind of three in a row there. So it's not a bad area to go short. Just off the charts basically. In terms of the depth, we've got the depth is going to be stacked at the high anyway, so you can't really read much into that. Potentially got a bit of stacking on the bid. Okay, so now they're pushing through, and it looks like they're holding 28.25. It's just getting on. Maybe 1 second. Okay, I think I missed the boat a little bit on that one. Okay, yeah, so we saw them holding 28.25 there, 1300 contracts. I wouldn't normally take a trade when just based on them holding it, but the thing is, when it pops up through a level and you see kind of a lot of people trading into it, and it pops up and then somebody steps in, I think that's a little bit stronger. So we will give this a bit of breathing room, but not very much, because look at the range of the day. It's only 2.5 points in the range. I know it's early, but still, it's holding there again at 28.25. The offers are stacked a bit, which I don't like. Okay, they seem to have disappeared again now. Yeah, I was nearly just watching what they're doing here. If they take a pop out, I don't like the way the offers stack there. Just see what they do. We'll put some stop orders on, but I was just waiting to see if it popped up again. I didn't want it to just pop up into a stop and stop me out if it was going to do the same thing again, just pop up and then somebody steps in the way. So as usual, they're 28.25. We can see on the right 3,405 contracts hit into that. It's not a lot of contracts, but it is slow, and it did look like it popped up and they held it. Because when it pops up like that, you think the breakout traders kind of see it pops up and then people jump on board, and then you've got kind of an imbalance where you've got a lot of people have gone long and then somebody sucks all those contracts up. You expect there to be a reaction now for all those people who went long up there to go, to bail at some point. Although on a slow day like that, they could all get out without much to do. I mean, if you think about it, if 6,000 contracts got short, long there, 4,000 contracts got long there, it's not going to move us through 6 prices if they all got out now. Yeah, so this isn't what I want to see, because you can see, I mean, the market doesn't know where I got in, but sometimes it seems like that. I didn't get in at a good price, to be honest. I could have got 28. Watching that 1300 trade into there, but I did want to see, I was just a bit slower and I just let it come down a little bit, not really intentionally, to be honest. But if it does go away from your price, then still doesn't mean you can't get in. It's only a tick. Okay, so now this is looking better. We've got some stacking on the bids as well, so let's see how they play. I mean, what we've got basically, it keeps ticking down through my entry point and then coming back up. So that's kind of a negative, but at the same time, the people that are buying aren't actually getting anything. So would I enter a new trade now with this information to hand? Probably not. Will I stay in it? Yeah, I'll stay in it. Certainly wouldn't enter a new trade at this point. So every time it ticks down, they manage to tick it up fairly easily. So we need some down ticks really. I mean, the thing is, it still hasn't really breached the 28.25, so our entry level is still okay. And if we look at 28, we've got 6,000 traded. So again, we've got people going long still and not getting anything for it. So there is downside potential, and we're risking right now. We've got a 4-tick risk, and we've got potentially travelling to Friday's low to consider. Okay, so now we want them to hit it a bit more. Well, we want some follow through here. Come on. We don't just want that to be 1,200 contracts and 1 tick. We want them to follow through. Come on. There you go. So this is selling pressure. This is the kind of thing you look at selling pressure. And look at the bids there. Look at the bids refreshing as they're selling into that. Again, not sure I like the look of that. Keep my arm where the mouse is just in case. 2,500 and they get it. We want that to hold. We don't want that to tick back up. If that ticks back up, it means the bidders are holding it, right? If it does 2,600 and ticks back down, the bidders aren't trying to hold it. So let's see, get a bit more follow through. I mean, this is terrible action because there's very, very little follow through in this market right now. And if we look at the two middle columns, current trades columns, look at the difference in the numbers. 298, 1,736, 1231, 429 it was. So we seem to have a lot more trades hitting into the bid right now. Okay, now look at that, 11,200 at 29, 4,050 at 29.25. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what that's stacking, and I don't know what that is. That's not really even stacking the offers, is it? That's just being silly. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that to scare people down? No idea. It's not very subtle, whatever it is. I imagine it's not real. I mean, if they really want to sell 11,000 contracts, they're going a really bad way about it because everyone's going to jump in front of that. Oh, we've got about 20 minutes before the news, and at this point, we need the market to give us the 4 ticks and a little bit more before as we go into the news. Because like right now, if we stay here, it's not worth holding that into the news, and we've got time now. We can wait till we can let it do this till like 7 or 8 minutes in before the news, no problem. Yeah, I kind of feel obliged to talk to you at this point. When it's kind of sad that we're doing it in a trade that's doing nothing, but this is the way they go. I kind of feel obliged to keep talking or you go to sleep. Okay, now just move my stop down there just in case we get a pop through this level. Let's just see. Actually, I think it's just being ambitious. Okay, Mr. 11,000's gone. Again, not sure really what to do with this one, whether to cut it or let it run a little bit more. I mean, there's no, there's no bias right now. There's no bias right now either way. That's it. Get rid of that 300 at 27.25 would be nice. If we can have another push down. There you go. See what happens to that 800 there. No. Okay, 1100 bid. Are they going to hit it? Come on. Okay. Oh, that was cruel. Okay, now what I do with these trades. Whenever I hit my first target, I put my stop to break even. And the reason to do that basically is that I want to, I don't want something to hit my first target, come back and end up a loser. I do quite often move that stop again out of the way. So I might move my stop to break even and then move it out of the way. Again, after I've got my first target, just kind of a management thing. Now we've come down, we had a push through. We can see the tick in the bottom right hand corner is slightly negative. Just a little bit concerned at this point that it doesn't want to come and get my next target. So I'm thinking now, if we can't get this 25.75, I'm just going to move that target up, and then what we've got basically, we've got a bit of money in the bank. Come on. No. Okay, that's the trouble with limit orders. We've got, if we can get a fill on this second contract, then we've got breathing room on the trade to take into the news. I don't think much is going to happen in the news. As you can see there, 2,000 contracts traded. Looks like the bids are trying to hold that a little bit there. So I need to try and see if I can get maybe move this second target up a little bit. Not that high. If I can get 6 ticks on it, so that would be 26.25. Let's see if it'll come down. See if we can get 6 ticks out of it. Well, okay, let's just give it a chance here. 140. Nobody wants to hit it. See, it's different this time. Last time they wanted to hit it, but the bids were sucking it up, and now nobody wants to hit it. Yeah, one of my failings is I like to give things a chance, and sometimes I give it too much of a chance and let it get away from me. Come on. 20 contracts, 21. No. Okay, come down a little bit more, please. Okay, so now we're close to the news. We've got 30 minutes left. It does seem to be slowing down even more. So really it's time to think about takeoff, part or all of the trade. Okay, it's coming down to see me again. And this time they don't want to hit. It's like a couple of ticks above. You know, it's 26. They just hit a little bit last time, and now it's 26, 25. They're just hitting a little bit. So it's time to take some off. Okay, so we'll take 5 ticks off because I'm not. I'm worried it's gonna go down to 25. Just print a few contracts again. So for now, I know we might get some thinning out into the news, but for now I just want to get a little bit more in the bank and then have some breathing room into the news. Okay. Now watch it go down. Look at that. Oh dear. Now it looks like it's going to drop. Okay, so we've got a bit of selling pressure. I mean, this is what we want to see. I know we just took some off, but that was fine. We want to see the buying pressure. And this is the kind of thing you want to see. You know, you want to see this kind of selling pressure. You want to see this kind of selling pressure when they're really hitting into a price it's moving through. But you know, today so far it's been pretty lousy. That you get it for a couple of ticks and then it just stops. Okay, so we are getting some selling pressure. What I'm thinking now is we've got this going into the news and just get out. Because basically we had a bit of a push down there. We're coming into the news, which has got risk anyway. It's a slow day. We've got 3 points, roughly 3 points on the table on a slow day. Probably worth getting out and have a look and reassess things later on. After that push down there like that was probably, I kind of see that going into the news as a bit of a benefit, and you should probably just take advantage of that kind of a miniature windfall, if you like. So that's the trade. Not a very exciting trade, not a very exciting video, not a lot going on, but that's just the way it is sometimes. And certainly when not a lot is going on like that, if you're like me, I end up second guessing myself and moving my stops and targets all over the place. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful.